Hello, everybody. A very warm welcome to Work on Workplace Relations with Aastha. And we are live on LinkedIn, YouTube, and Facebook. So, welcome to all of you, those of you who are joining me live. Okay, so yes. So in the work on workplace relations with Aastha, like I always say, everything boils down to the quality of relationships that you have at your workplace. And it all starts with your relationship with yourself. So if you're wondering how to have those powerful, deep, meaningful relationships with everybody around at workplace or otherwise, then it all starts with how is the relationship that you have with yourself. Okay. And within this show, within the Work on Workplace Relations with Aastha, I am going to start the Survive or Thrive series now, which is in sync with what my book is all about. So yes, once again, very, very happy to share with you. My book is already launched and it's releasing on Amazon tomorrow. Yeah. And the book is called Survive or Thrive. So that's the series. And I'm going to be talking about certain aspects, certain things that I've spoken about in the book. And it's all about, building that relationship with yourself, self leadership. How are you leading yourself is the way you're going to lead everybody around. So if you want to take your leadership to the next level, then you've got to change the way you lead yourself. Yeah. And today we are talking about what do I really want? Now, a lot of people, when they hear this question, even for the first time when I asked myself, what do I really want? It was kind of tricky for sure. Yeah. And the whole agenda, the whole idea, or if I say the whole context of bringing this up is uh, that quite often we miss out on it. We don't even ask this question to ourselves. And we're going to shortly talk about it. So before we move ahead, for those of you who do not know me, I'll quickly introduce myself. I'm Aastha Tatia, daughter of two rock solid pillars, mother to a lovely daughter, wife of a humor king, an engineer, MBA, corporate executive turned anchor person, now an author and a happiness coach, helping leaders become the most sought after leaders by having deep connections and meaningful relationships in their organizations. Yeah. So, welcome once again. Thank you for joining in live. And those of you who are watching the recorded version, a very, very warm welcome to you as well. Thank you for taking time out and watching. Lovely. So, before we move ahead, quickly want to let you know Survive or Thrive is currently available. I'm going to put the link here. It's there available to be for a pre-order on my website at a special price of $2.99. Tomorrow, once it is released on Amazon, it's going to be selling at $5.99. So go ahead, avail that special offer and grab your copy now. I would love for all of you to read it and share your reviews because I strongly believe, this book is all about you turning around your relationship with yourself and hence turning around your leadership. Yeah, because it all boils down to relationships. And if you can turn around the relationships that you share with everybody around by turning around your relationship with yourself, then that's next level of leadership. Yeah. So that's what it is all about. And please keep dropping in a hi as you join in, because I can't see who's live right here. So just say a hi so that I know You are here and I can welcome you and I can talk to you. Yeah. So we are live on YouTube, LinkedIn, and Facebook. And we will be talking about what do I really want in the Survive or Thrive series. Okay. Now, let me just lay down a context. Why are we talking about it? हम इस बारे में बात क्यों कर रहे हैं? Right? Hi, Satish ji. Thank you for joining in. Thank you for always joining in, always putting in a thumbs up and maybe a comment as well. It really means a lot. Really, really means a lot. Thank you, Monica. Hi. Thank you for joining in. Lovely. So, as a leader, and when I say leader, whichever area of area that you are in, or whatever profession you are into, whatever leadership level that you are into, this applies to all of you. Even if you are a homemaker, okay, you are a leader in a certain context. Yeah. So related to yourself. So in your leadership journey, you may have had lots of accolades, lots of achievements, right? You may have, it wouldn't have been easy, I'm sure. Yeah, please relate it to your life. It surely has been a roller coaster ride. For doing all that you did, your education, right? Education, higher education, managing all the expectations, going through your fears, going beyond your fears and doing what you were supposed to do, then getting into the organization, the corporate, or your own business as an entrepreneur, whatever area that you picked up, getting into that, climbing up the ladder, moving one step at a time, managing all that was coming your way, all the relationships. Not all of them have been easy, I'm sure, right? There may have been strained relationships, there may have been really amazing relationships. You've been learning, you've been steering through it, all of that, right? And you are where you are today at a certain level in terms of whatever you've accomplished for yourself, right? And I'm sure it calls for a celebration. It hasn't been easy. Yeah. So a lot of acknowledgement, kudos to whatever you've created for yourself. If you've not acknowledged for yourself, then you've got to do that. Do that. Right. So this is the context that I'm coming from, that while you are on your journey, wherever you are today hasn't been easy for you. Yeah. And wherever you have reached today, I just want you to reflect. I just want you to think for a moment, what are you missing where you stand today? Despite all that you've created, with, all the credit, all the acknowledgement to you for what you've done, right? That's one part of it. But while running that race, while, moving along that path and taking that journey, have you left people behind? Have you left a chunk of who you are behind? Is there something that you feel is missing within you? What is the kind of feeling that you have as you stand where you are standing today? Yeah. How have you evolved as a leader? And all of this that I'm saying, by the way, are questions which are spoken about in the book. There are self-work questions at the end of each chapter. And the whole idea is so that you are able to reflect upon every aspect of your life, whatever you've achieved till now, where you stand today, starting from now, starting from where you are today, reflecting upon that. So there is a whole bunch of questions there. And I think that's where the first thing that's most important is to have a reality check. Where do I stand today? How does it make me feel? Yeah. And that's where you need to really look at how have you evolved as a leader? What are the instances where the going was tough, but you still kept going. Yeah. Who are those people in your life who you can just walk up to and pour your heart out? You can just say anything and they are not going to judge you. They are there for you, right? A couple of more questions like, what makes you proud about yourself? What are those accomplishments? Now, these are things, why am I asking you? I don't know if you've reflected upon these. Awesome. If you haven't, then it's very, very important that you really take time and go through this. You've got to experience it. Yeah. Also, what are some of those situations, some of those events that you have a slight regret about? You feel you could have handled them in a different manner. And how differently could you have handled those? That's again something I think you must reflect upon. Now, what is the purpose of all of this? The whole idea is to have a reality check. And when you are clear in the sense when you have some pointers written down there for you and you have a fair idea in your head, this is where I stand today. This is where I stand today. Then the next big question is what our topic for today is, and that is, what do I really want? So this is where I stand today with all that I've achieved, all the accomplishments, all the accolades, the entire roller coaster, all the ups and downs, everything. This is where I am. Now, what do I really want? That's the question that you must ask yourself. And, this question is one of the trickiest. We are so used to running and just running. The fear of falling behind in the race is too much to let us pause, even to refuel ourselves. Isn't it? Another big fear gripping us is that we know as we start to delve deeper into this, we'll have to confront the disharmony, isn't it? The gap between what do I really want and where am I really is huge at times. And the question is, who have I become? So, we don't even bother to ask this question, what do I really want? And I realized it wasn't easy for me to confront, because the moment I asked, what do I really want? I didn't want that engineering, for sure. I didn't want to be in the corporate doing what I was doing the way I was doing. That wasn't what I had dreamt of. I'd probably not even dreamt of. But that fear of confronting it is so huge, because what I really want, the moment I ask it, it's going to open up the doors of something which I haven't thought about. It'll take me deep down inside me. It'll force me to go deep down inside me. Because when I ask you, what do you really want? It's not about something which is there on my tips. I think about it every day. And yet it may require you to delve deeper. And delving deeper is not easy. It's simple, but it's not easy. So a lot of times, because the fear is so huge that, oh God, right now, there is a way in which I'm moving forward. I'm doing good by all the standards, I have name, fame, that, all the rutba, by society standards, it's all great. Let it be. I have a nice family, responsibilities are all taken care of. At this point, let me not open the Pandora's box. That's what we equal it to. What do I really want? Getting into it is equal to opening up Pandora's box. Yeah. So the fear is so huge that we don't pause. We don't ask this to ourselves. And I have seen so many people I've worked with, they get so uneasy I have gotten uneasy, and I've seen so many people get uneasy when they have to answer this question. And not just the answering itself, getting into it itself makes you uneasy. Leave aside acting on it. Yeah. But let me tell you, there is an impact. Going back to what I started with, the journey that you've taken so far, and this is where you stand today, proud, taken that journey, which has not been very easy, but you've made it. You've gone through it all, and this is where you are. But in that process, whatever has been left behind, whatever you've left behind, because of your beliefs, because of the conditioning, because of all that, I have to do this, I'm supposed to do this, I have to run the race, I'll be called a failure, what will my parents say, what will my spouse say, what will society say, I'm supposed to graduate from this institute, if I don't do it, I'll be a failure, if I drop an year extra, people will say, oh God, what happened? Yesterday I was talking during the Instagram live, there was a student, he was talking about dropping an year, got into a nice MBA institute, but he feels it's not the top one. And he dropped an year. And now everybody around says, you've made a big mistake. And he is feeling guilty. Now that's an example. But we've all gone through that phase. We are supposed to be doing this. So the supposed to wali jo zindagi hum jeete aaye hain. In that process, somewhere we've left us behind. We've left our likes, dislikes. What do we really want behind? And we got so busy running this race. What do I really want? Probably never figured. I'm not saying it hasn't figured for anybody ever. There are people who've really taken time to pause, reflect, and done that. And there are people like me who've done that at a very later stage in life. After going through it all, yes. But I feel it all, has a purpose, has a meaning. It all is meant to take you to where you belong. And that's the biggest reality of my life. From an engineer, MBA, corporate executive for over 9 years, which was the life, this is what I'm supposed to do, to getting into anchoring with media, to then becoming a coach. It was a self-discovery, a process of self-discovery. Yeah, but very, very painful because I didn't want to confront. I didn't want to answer that question, what do I really want? How did this happen then? Because of the pain becoming so unbearable that I don't want to be, I don't want to be beating myself. I don't want to be living in that supposed to. For me, the pain became unbearable and I said, no, I don't want to do it. But there are people who live with that pain. And changing career paths is just one part of it. It's an example that I'm giving you. I'm not saying necessarily if there's pain, quit whatever you're doing and get into something else. No, that's not what I mean. All I'm saying is to be able to figure out what do you really want. And what do you really want, even in the spot, in the place that you are in currently. I am a leader and I am leading, but from what context? Am I really leading today from the context of, wow, it's such an exciting day. I want to be doing this. I want everybody around me to be empowered. Let me take charge. Let me do this. What more can I do? How can I innovate? How can I bring in more excitement? How can I bring in more energy? Are you beaming with that energy? Are you really leading from that kind of a joy, which is like every day morning, you wake up fresh, you're excited to go to work, and there's no fear. No fear in quotes, because fears will keep coming till the time we are alive and we keep forming newer beliefs. Beliefs will keep giving us more and more fears. Yeah, if my belief is I'm not good enough, my fear would be, oh God, I need to maintain that image. What are people thinking about me? I have to prove I am good enough. This is what I was living, and hence I'm sharing that. So fears are going to be there, but that's okay. Leading from joy doesn't mean absence of fear, but leading from joy means being okay with the fear and moving beyond that fear and taking on things powerfully, like building that muscle that, yes, fear is going to exist, and I'm fine with it. Let me embrace this fear and move ahead. And that's where joy comes in. Yeah. So the first thing is, are you scared to confront the reality? And that's where the whole survive or thrive question comes in. You need to make a choice. You are surviving, I'm surviving, we're all surviving. It's not a question of survival. Survive to kar hi loge. We are all existing, we're breathing, we're earning maybe very, very well, doing all that you want to do, maybe. Survival is not an issue. The question is, do you just want to survive, or you want to thrive? Like powerfully grow, develop, nurture yourself, nourish yourself, live each day to the fullest. And does not mean that you are going to be a different breed. People who are surviving are all full of fears. They have all the fears in their life. They have all the breakdowns. They are all going to feel low, and you are not going to feel that. No. You will also have the fears. You will also have those low moments. You will also have the breakdowns. The only thing is, if you are willing to thrive, then are you ready? Are you ready to do whatever it takes? That's the whole question. And that's where, as I was reading about asking this whole question of what do I really want to yourself, let me just read out a little more. You may be struggling with certain aspects of yourself, and that may be a challenge on an everyday basis. However, you find it difficult to even share because you are too worried about what people will think about you. There's this self-image that we have all created for ourselves, and we try to protect it all the time. Are you able to relate with this? Please type in a yes if you can relate. And actually, please do share with me whatever comes to your mind as you reflect in your life. What are you able to recall? Please put it here in the comment box. It will be great. Yeah. Hi, Ayub. I don't know if you're still there, but I see you've put in a thumbs up. So I'm just saying a hi. Yep. So, just to quote an incident, throughout my school, I was playing a game of living up to an image of a sincere, hardworking student. I would be concerned about what my teachers thought about me, what my friends had to say about me, and I succeeded. I was the favorite of all teachers, was the head girl of the school. I was good at academics, and I participated in extracurricular activities as well. I was an all-rounder. Yes, I was living up to that image. However, amidst all the exposure that I received, all the laurels and accolades, somewhere Aastha went missing. I just kept fulfilling my parents, my teachers, and my own expectations from me. I had trained myself well with the do's and don'ts in life. And, I was so busy surviving that I had no time to think, to reflect on what my heart really desired. And why am I talking about the school? Because it all started back then. Whatever you feel today, if it's pain, if it is some emptiness, if it's a hollow, despite all the accomplishments, and mind you, it's not that you'll feel hollow, void, low, upsets only because you've not accomplished something, or there's something in terms of your career. No, you maybe having n number of accolades. You may have made all those accomplishments which are like wow from anybody's standards, from an outsider's perspective, and yet you may feel that hollow. You may feel that loneliness. And the root of it is your connect, your relationship with yourself. And it all starts, a lot of it starts from your childhood. Just the way what I shared from me, I was so busy living up to that image, that self-image, that I completely missed out on what my heart truly desired. What was it that I wanted to live every moment? Who was Aastha really? Who did I want to become? Completely missed out. I didn't even explore that, right? And I kept on living that life until few years back when I got into coaching, did that work on myself, and I'm still doing that work. It's a journey. Yeah, we have no access. We keep wondering, sab kuch itna amazing hai, it's all going great, and yet I feel that hollow. Why? That's where you need to ask yourself the question, what do I really want? It is fundamental to thriving. It's not a privilege. It is basic to, I would say, human existence. I strongly feel that. It is basic to a fulfilling human existence. If you really want to feel fulfilled, happy, you've got to ask that to yourself. What do I really want? You ask that to maybe everybody around, to your kids, to your spouse, to your parents, in your professional space, maybe to your boss. What do you want? What does the organization want from me? All of that is there right at the top of the priority list. What about what do I really want? Yeah. So I would say if you want to thrive, if you want to make that choice to thrive, the first step is to ask yourself, after you've done the reality check, you know where you stand today, how you feel about yourself, wherever you are today. Right? Answering all those questions that I spoke about, that's part of the first chapter. Once you answer all those questions, you'll have a fair idea of where I am today. How do I feel? Where I am today doesn't mean I am at this designation in this organization or I am the founder of this business. No, that's not what I mean when you say where I am today. What I mean is wherever you are today, in whatever spot that defines you, the journey that you've taken, the roller coaster ride that you've taken, the ups and downs that you've gone through, right? What has that made you into, and how does that make you feel today? Do you stand fulfilled, accomplished, happy, excited, proud, or you feel there is something missing? I feel lonely. I feel I'm still running and running. One of the top real estate owner of a real estate enterprise, I just asked him, how do you feel today? All these years of massive creation, he started it from scratch, built it up to this level. How do you feel today? You know what his answer was? His answer was, I feel after all these years, I'm still doing what I did when I started. I'm still running and running and running and running. And the spark in his eyes was missing. You could still be running and feeling happy, that's fine then. But if the spark is missing, if you feel that, oh God, I have to run again, you wake up and you're like, burden, oh my God, then that's where you need to ask yourself, am I surviving or am I thriving? And am I even willing to look at the whole survival and thriving game? You may be surviving beautifully, trust me, beautifully. In that big canvas, it'll be like, wow. But the whole question is, are you fine with just surviving? Okay, Ayub, when I first met you in Reddington, I felt you were far mature than your age, okay? Much better than what you were doing. Okay, great. Thank you for that, Ayub. Thank you. So I just want to leave you with that question. That's pretty much part of the first two chapters here in the book. And I think that's where the whole journey starts. Nailing it, that this is where I stand today. Yeah. And asking yourself, what do I really want? That's a very, very important question. Surely a very tricky one, because when you ask this question, you know what happened when I asked this question to myself? It was like a flood of emotions. I was blank first. I was like, what question is this? And then as I started to uncover, peel layer by layer, it was an emotional turmoil, because there is so much inside us which is untouched. We've not touched it. And now you start to tap. Okay, what's here, let me peel. It's not easy, but trust me, the first thing you need to ask yourself is, do I want to get on that journey where I'm thriving, where I'm like literally thriving, whatever comes my way, whatever challenge it is, whatever pain it is, whatever downfall it is, whatever breakdown, whatever fear, I am going to thrive. So the first thing is, are you willing to take on that journey? I may fall down, but it's okay. I'm ready. I'm at it. When you say a yes to that, that's when you pick up this book. Okay. And you start by doing a reality check. Okay. This is number one, where I stand today. This is how I feel today with all that I've done, right? Then ask that question to yourself. What do I really want? And I can guarantee you, it's going to open up a whole world to you. And as we move along in the subsequent sessions, subsequent Sundays, 7:30 p.m., I'm going to pick up different aspects of survive or thrive, making that choice. And what does thriving mean? What does thriving entail? What does it mean to thrive? How can you thrive? I'm going to take up a lot of that. So join me every Sunday. Do not miss. And in detail, you'll be able to find it in the book. But yes, for now, I want to leave you with this question. What do I really want? Going beyond the fears, going beyond the fear of confronting that which is missing. Oh, I really want this, but this is where I am. That suddenly it strikes, Oh, okay, never thought about it. This is what I want. And after all this toiling of so many years, this is where I am. Gap may be this much, gap may be this much. It's scary. We don't like to confront that, We don't want to be looking at all of that hidden part. But that's important. That's very critical. That's very critical. Yeah. So go ahead, look at that part of yourself. Okay. In the next session, mostly the next Sunday, I'm going to be talking about what is it that really stops you from looking into this? What is it that stops you from thriving? What is it that stops you, that holds you back from being your true self? जो आप होना चाहते हो, जो आप करना चाहते हो, जो आप दिल से चाहते हो, what your heart desires, what stops you from looking at that and then acting on it? That's what I'm going to talk about in the next show, the next episode, the next session, whatever you call it, next Sunday, 7:30 p.m. Survive or Thrive series. Yeah. Until then, if you haven't ordered the book, go ahead, grab a copy. I'm going to put the link here. You can order. And Tomorrow, the book also releases on Amazon and Kindle, so you can order it there as well. But you can avail the special price today, because tomorrow onwards it's going to be at the the original price. Right now it's a special price, so get that. And I would love to support you on the journey, however way, whichever way we can connect. We connect here in the sessions, let's talk, and let's get on the journey to thrive. If you're willing to do that, then I'm all game. I really, really want to support you, because what I have experienced, what I have confronted, and after confronting, I've gone beyond and experienced very, very profoundly. I want to share that with you. And I want to help you transform your life from wherever you are today. And doesn't mean you are not, you're in deep pain. You may be doing very well. That's where I was. Everything is great. But taking it from there to the level, to that next level where you are absolutely connected with yourself, where you are in sync, in harmony with who you are. And trust me, that's next level of fulfillment. The question is, are you willing to do that? Only if you're willing to do that, must you enter this. Yeah. So do write to me, do respond. I love to hear from all of you, and love to talk, love to come here, share with you. And Anu, hi Anu. See a message here, got a chance to get connected live. Interesting points. Thank you so much, Anu. I'm glad. If you find it valuable, beneficial, please let me know. If there's something that you feel is missing, you want it to be there, or there's a question that comes to your mind, if there's something that you're able to reflect upon and recall in your lives, put that here too. Or you can send it to me on a personal message, And yes, I'm going to see you next Sunday, 7:30 p.m. Indian Standard Time, live on YouTube, LinkedIn, and Facebook. And please join me live. It is very, very encouraging when you're there, when you connect and you talk to me. That's what I'm here for. Great. So I hope you found value, and let me sign off now. Do reflect upon whatever I said today, and I'm going to see you next Sunday. Take care. Bye-bye. Have an action-packed week ahead. Lots of love, lots of happiness. This is Aastha Datia, your happiness coach, signing off. Bye-bye.